hello Galactic family. Those times lately are really something. It is difficult to even express in words what happens because things move and change so fast. The concept of linear time dissolves more and more, and we move in life from moment to moment. We realize that the answers cannot be found outside, but only within, and that we should have our process, rather than becoming dependent on other people. And it becomes clear that we are not transcending the physical body as we ascend. And we are changing ancient patterns, and we are transforming our physical body to fully incorporate what is meant to be expressed and created through us. We are now finding our way to true alignment of soul, mind and body to live according to the rhythm of the universal energies. When we are in full alignment and embedded, then we are following through with flow. What does that mean? The best way to understand the change we are going through, no matter what level or situation, is to understand the difference between trying and allowing. In our old paradigm, based on lack, mistrust, and fear, they taught us that we need to strive harder, we need to fight for things, we need to put efforts to achieve goals, we need to control and manipulate people, situations and processes to achieve a certain outcome. We are conditional. We are trying. The new paradigm, on the other hand, is based on abundance, trust, and love. Here, things happen to us, magically and effortlessly, and we always receive what we need and desire from our hearts. There we have this deep inner knowledge, that everything happens for a purpose and for the greater good of all involved. We are open and we receive, we act when we feel good without expecting a specific result. We are unconditional. We are allowing. Sounds wonderful? Yes. But how do you get there? The ancient New Era and the New. Let's delve a bit more into this by looking at the teachings of the Old New Age in the new intuitive knowledge through incorporation and alignment. Often we are not aware of the fact that we are still on the spiritual journey, still searching restlessly for answers and becoming dependent on the wisdom of other people, gurus, and teachers. We enroll for an internet seminar, retreat, class after class to get more information and learn more methods. We reserve readings to learn more about a certain situation, we go to past life regression sessions to better understand our pain and fears. We are striving for this because our mind wants to understand what is happening to us. We are focused and closed. And more than that, we want to find the person or situation guilty, the root cause of our experience. We are working harder. We are reading more about things, and we may even become obsessed or addicted to certain methods, rituals, and teachings. Sometimes we feel superior, thinking that we know everything and we need to convince others. Sometimes we feel inferior, as if we never knew enough. And this will continue as long as we let our ego mind, though now transform into a spiritual ego, take the lead. The ego distrusts this process, wants answers. You're trying to find the solution, the healing method. He thinks there's something we need to achieve, to finally find peace. And with that, it still causes this feeling of lack, of not being whole. And with that and all the searches and distractions, it distances us from where we actually find the totality of our heart, of our intuition, of the moment of now. All the searches and distractions take us away from where we actually find the totality of our heart, our intuition, the now moment. Alignment and incorporation are the key. Yes, astrology, numerology, channels of archangels and extraterrestrials, etc., can give us a certain tranquility for a while. But that is not why we strive. We are striving for a non-mental state, a healthy state of non-interpretation of things. We are striving for a state of total fulfillment. where we feel the truth from within. There is no need for confirmation from outside. This is the last transformation of the mind of the ego into a free spirit. A mind that is totally connected to the consciousness of a mind/unity. Our truth and essence always come from within. While we need external guidance, we are still in a state of attachment, which is fear. It is hard to recognize and admit it to yourself. Once we work through it, we attain true freedom. We achieve maximum confidence. We achieve maximum authenticity. Let us achieve self-love. We arrived at the fountain. The closer we come to self-love, the closer we come to God/Source. Because God is not an external force. No, God works through us. We are an expression of God in physical form. The ultimate self-love means really involves us as perfect in every respect. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally and physically. Once we fully incorporate self-love on all levels, we are free. We create a whole new reality based on the new vibration in which we are operating. The vibration of unconditional love. True unconditional love is only possible in the absence of fear and all attachments that accompany it. Expectations, the need to control a certain outcome, judgment, guilt, duality. We are striving for a state of non-mentally healthy state of non-interpretation of things, a state of total fulfillment, where we feel the truth from within. And all this can only be achieved by allowing to meet complete detachment. We need to give up and drop everything that is not authentic about us, which often includes our roots, people, nutrition/food, work, a certain lifestyle, health, etc. The more we resist, the harder it is, and we manifest and create situations that force us to break away from it all. This forces us to stop trying and start allowing. To allow is the best surrender to the universal flow. The moment we realize that this flow wants to work and be expressed through us, everything that blocks us from there is shown to us. Our own doubts, fears and suspicions are simply reflected back to us. The more we align with this flow and incorporate it, the faster our experience and reality can change. And that means facing the fears, facing the pain and going directly into it. Feeling it for the last time, consciously, with gratitude and compassion, to transmute it. Allowing also means allowing the energy we are experiencing in a moment to be there, without attachment. The ego mind always wants to add a story or interpretation so that it makes sense rationally. The more we learn not to listen to stories and see what is true, the easier the energies of change become. It's just energy that wants to be transformed. Without telling stories, it is not necessary to answer the why. Once you've changed, you do not even understand why you were so in the way. It will not be more important to you. You have changed the pattern, so the past becomes irrelevant. The future too. All there is now. Allowing and surrendering does not mean being in a state of waiting and being passive, which means feeling the energy impulse that dictates what you do. It is about learning the universal language of energy. Allowing and surrendering does not mean being on hold and being passive. This would be just another expression of fear and fear. Another way to try. Just try to stay out of it. Not allowing the means to feel what the energetic impulse tells you to do. It is about learning the universal language of energy. And this can only be felt, not spoken. We learn to feel when it's time to be active, and when it's time to be passive. When it's time to give, when it's time to receive. We learn to completely balance the masculine and feminine energies within. Allowing does not mean having to do it yourself. It simply means not giving our power to others. Asking for support is part of the oneness we are learning now. And yet, this is a different form, just as we find balance between independence and dependency, the healthy way of being interdependent. Feel the flow needs a physical body. Going with the flow and experiencing what exists is only possible by having a physical existence. If we were just floating like a tiny amount of energy, we could not touch, see, feel, hear, taste, smell anything. It is a very broad misconception that we will transcend with our body as we ascend. No, because that would take the sensations and the experience. All we do during the awakening process is detoxification. Detox of all attachments to be able to enjoy just while there, with no need for lack. We do not transcend our body by ascending. We transcend duality. So it does not matter what experience or problem or situation you are going through. Always reflect: I am choosing fear or love, I am afraid or confident. I'm seeing lack or abundance. I am conditional or unconditional. I am trying or I am allowing. The texts I share are always based on my intuition downloads and / or client experiences / mine. I do not claim what I share to be the supreme truth. I encourage you to take only what resonates to find your own truth and wisdom. Since this is universal wisdom, I do not claim copyright. Feel free to share this content as long as you keep your message complete so the meaning is not distorted. Thank you. With lots of light and love. We'll see.